So we're on our way back home. Interesting road sign. We're still on the Chignal Road, but the indicator's pointing towards Beadle's Hall. You'll probably hear a tractor in the background. We'll probably get some footage of that in a few minutes. And for me, I've always puzzled over the name Beadle's Hall. So a beadle was, in olden times, what we'd now call a police officer, responsible for maintaining the peace. And they came about in a response to crime, particularly in the more built-up urban areas. And that puzzles me as to why this far removed from anything urban, totally rural setting, have we got a building named Beadle's Hall? Very interesting. Still haven't got to the bottom of it, but hey, always a chance. So this contractor is ploughing back into the ground all of the stubble from the corn, and I suspect that that's the contractor that we saw earlier on during this series of episodes. You see the gulls looking for any tidbits. A reminder of just how agriculture has changed. When you saw people tilling 30, 40, maybe 50 years ago, you'd barely be able to see the ground behind the tiller or the plough, because the ground was so nutritious, so much wildlife, beetles, slugs, worms, were available. The seagulls knew it, and they would feast. Now, they've taken a look. Somehow in their collective consciousness they know that it's not going to provide them a good meal. They've left. It says a lot about the fertility of the soil. Increasing demands. Growing populations. Put so much pressure on the soil. And I dare say the farmer who is tilling at the moment, at some point he'll employ somebody to come back and to spread pre-emerge fungicides, nitrous or nitrogen-rich fertilisers, etc., etc. And he'll probably get a good yield. No guarantees in farming, but the soil practically lifeless. Without those inputs, it wouldn't be worth the money spent putting the seeds in the ground. We're coming up to an old piece of woodland here, and I've often been tempted to have an explore. But you know what? I don't want to invade somebody else's privacy. It's quite unique that in the middle of a swath of agricultural land, there's this block of woodland that's been left. There's plenty to find out there, I'm sure. But I'm not sure if I'd even know how to find out about it. Suffice it to say, in daylight and in harsher weathers, an absolute haven for deer. Deer to shelter up, to remain private. Wow.